Hello everyone, welcome to my second deck profile. Today we are doing the Batteryman. This is a fun little archetype based around thunder monsters that can really span the field and be a really fun, quick OTK deck. So to start it off, we play 3 Batteryman Charger. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon a Batteryman except for Charger from your hand or deck. And then this card gains 300 attack for each Thunder-type monster you control. This is one of the best Batteryman you have. You gotta tribute summon your Batteryman Charger. But with cards like Monarch Stormforth and the multiple Monster Reborns you play in this deck, it should be fairly simple. Next up, we play 3 copies of Batteryman 9V. When this card is summoned, you can add a Batteryman monster from your deck to your hand, and if you do, this card's attack and defense become double its original attack and defense. During the end phase, you do have to destroy this card, but honestly, you're going to have multiple ways to get it back out, so it's not going to hurt you if it's hanging out in the graveyard. Next up, we play 3 copies of Batteryman Fuel Cell. This card is one of the pseudo-boss monsters in the deck. If you control 2 or more face-up Batterymen, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can tribute 1 Batteryman monster, except for the Fuel Cell, to select a card your opponent controls and return it to the hand. This is a really great combo piece with our next card, which is Batteryman Solar. Batteryman Solar, when it's normally special summoned, you can send a Thunder monster from your deck to the grave. And then, if a Thunder monster is normal or special summoned while this monster is on the field, special a Batteryman token. Thunder, Light, level 1, 0 attack and defense. And once per turn, you can target a Batteryman in your grave, and this card becomes that monster's name for the rest of the turn. So the combo you usually want to do is after summoning your Solar, you can special Fuel Cell, so long as you have another Batteryman on the field. Then Solar will summon a token. You can tribute the token with your Fuel Cell to bounce the card your opponent controls. Next up, we play 3 copies of Batteryman Micro Cell. This is a flip effect monster that, when it's flip summoned, you can special a level 4 lower Batteryman monster from your deck, except for Micro Cell. And after this card has been flipped face up, when it's destroyed by battle and sent to the grave, draw a card. So this is a great way to float into your 9V from deck, and then draw an extra card, which gives you a free summon into your Batteryman Charger. For the 2 ofs, we just play 2 copies of their boss monster, Batteryman Industrial Strength. Cannot be normal summoned or set. It can only be special summoned by removing 2 Batteryman monsters from your graveyard. Once per turn, you can remove from play 1 Thunder-type monster from your grave to destroy 1 monster and 1 spell and trap on the field. So, he's great removal for the deck, and a pretty big beat stick for when you're going for game. And then finally, I play 1 Batteryman D. He's usually my send off of the Solar play, so that way I have an extra Batteryman in graveyard for my Industrial Strength, or if I need to go for one of my Monster Reborns in the deck. Otherwise, he's just kind of a garnet to be sent to grave. Next up, the best part about this deck is the multitude of Monster Reborns they have. The first of which is Battery Charger. Battery Charger lets you pay 500 life to special summon 1 monster from your graveyard that includes Batteryman in its name. Not once per turn, so this is a very good, easy Monster Reborn for the deck. Then, for the most broken card you could play in this deck, 3 copies of Short Circuit. Activate only if you control 3 or more Batteryman monsters to destroy all cards your opponent controls. So, any 3 Batterymen, they don't have to be summoned from anywhere specifically, you just get them on the field. So, if you're able to tribute Charger, summon a 9V from deck, add a Fuel Cell, special to Fuel Cell, and you already have your Short Circuit live. So, very easy, very good card to go for the OTK. Next up, to help you with your tribute summon of the Batteryman Charger, we play Monarch Stormforth, which allows you to tribute one of your opponent's monsters. However, you are locked out of special summoning from the extra deck, but I don't play an extra deck in this variant. 2 Pot of Desires. If you do want to play a basic extra deck, I recommend swapping out the 2 Pot of Desires and the card destruction that I'll show you later for 3 Pot of Extrav, which just makes the deck run even better because you're not using your extra deck anyway. Next up, I do play 2 copies of Twin Twisters to deal with back row. I wish I had a better reason for it, but I've just dealt with a lot of back row problems with this deck. Any Floodgate, anything like that can really shut this deck down. Now for the 1-of spells, I play 1 Upstart Goblin, 1 Card of Destruction, but like I said, if you want to play Extrav, you can take this out for the Extrav. 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Reasoning. You do play a lot of different leveled monsters in the deck, so it's rare that you're going to be able to completely whiff. And finally, 1 Monster Reborn, because the 3 copies that you already saw just aren't enough in this deck. You can get ridiculous combos out of the amount of cards in your grave. And finally, moving on to the trap, we play 2 Portable Battery Pack. This is effectively a double Call of the Haunted for Batteryman. 1 of these summons 2 Batterymen from your graveyard. Then we play 2 actual Call of the Haunted, simply so that way you can summon monsters in your opponent's turn, you can proc your 9-volt on your opponent's turn. It's just kind of a good generic way to get them back. And finally, we play 1 copy of Back to the Front. It's good for, once again, summoning back on your opponent's turn, but still protecting yourself. So yeah, that is the deck profile. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, this is another one of my favorite decks that I've ever played. Hope you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and comment on what deck you'd like to see me put together next. Thank you.